All right. Says we're live here, like always. What's happening, fishing friends? I need somebody over in the comments to let me know we're working, because I don't want to be talking to Randall here for 15 minutes before somebody says, "Hey, it's not even working. DEBO'S not live."
Dude, I talked to you enough today.
I know. I'm sorry you had to go through all that.
I got a stupid ad. Have you ever seen
we
that
got
Spectrum
live. You're
TV
good.
ad?
What? No, I don't know what that means. What's happening,
There we
fishing
go.
friends? Welcome to another episode alive. Randall and I were just joking. We went out fishing today. Man, it was a grinder. I caught a couple dinks and a catfish on some weightless plastics. That's how my day went.
That catfish was a tank, man.
Yeah, he was a chunk.
Was
he
a
wasn't very
tank.
big, but dude, he had a gut on him. He'd have been a perfect eater size, but I didn't have anything to take him home.
Oh yeah, 100%. That would have been delicious.
I could have put him in your backpack. That'd have been fine. You could have toted it around for me.
I didn't take a backpack because you said, "Oh, let's
you could put it in your cargo pants." There's so much room for
and
stuff in your cargo pants.
No, there wasn't. There wasn't because I didn't have a bag. Man.
All right, fishing friends. So tonight, welcome everyone. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate you all so much. Everybody for sticking with me, watching. Like, it blows my mind that we get so many people watching the lives when it's just a couple guys talking about fishing stuff. And that's what we're doing tonight, talking about some fishing stuff. If you haven't heard, iCast was this week. Pretty much every single post you looked at on Instagram was iCast this, iCast that. So we're talking about iCast stuff. I've seen some things here and there. I've had a ton of questions from people on stuff. People, checking on me, making sure I'm okay. All kinds of stuff. I've been kind of down the past couple weeks. So I appreciate everybody, all the support. It really does truly mean a lot to me. Now, I don't have a giveaway planned tonight. I am behind on giveaways. I have my giveaway winners written down. I think tonight we're just going to do in getting ready for iCast stuff. I know I'm going to be getting some stuff to try out. I'm going to give away some of my old stuff because I've got a bunch of stuff sitting over here in the corner. I know somebody out there could use it. So I'll do a giveaway tonight. You just have to be on. I'll pick a random winner probably around the hour mark. And I'll give something away. I'll write you down on here. I'll put a package together. I want to try to get everybody's giveaways out Monday. So let's see. iCast was this week. We're going to look at some stuff. Comment in the comments. And of course, anybody that donates, I never asked for it, but I appreciate it a ton. It helps for the giveaways, shipping, and it just goes back into the channel. So anybody that donates, I always do appreciate it. And if you do donate with a question, I will always call those out and make sure we go over that question and highlight it. But let's see. Randall, what did you see from iCast that sparked your interest? And I do have the screen share up, everyone, so we can do this whole thing. I can show you all the warehouse site. You said a Plano, right?
Yeah, the Edge Plano box. And actually, for me specifically, yeah, if you can find it, it's just like any of, well, I don't want to say just like any of the other Edge Plano boxes, but the cool thing about it is I'm talking about the little one. I think it's that one right there, the micro box. Yeah, and the micro box had two different options too.
Yeah.
So you had that.
This is the one you were talking about.
The great thing about this, yes, 100%. So the really cool thing about that is all of those little spots, you can throw jigs in there. I don't know if you guys do a whole lot of ice fishing, but I personally know when you find one of those with your fingertip, that's never fun. Like, I usually find one or two in the spring from, when they fall out inevitably with my fingertip. But so it's got all those little spots right there. You can stick your jigs in, your smaller jigs. And if I understood it correctly, those yellow openings are magnetic. So if you have like a bigger spoon, or Northland Tackle usually does like a little fish outline that's got a treble hook or two on there, those things are going to stick perfectly there. Now I have an ice fishing box now that is pretty nice, but it doesn't have that magnetic, and that magnetic part for me anyway is really a good seller, just because those bigger lures that have, a treble hook or, an O-ring that connects a hook to the bait, those things flop around constantly, and they tend to actually swing over and hit the other ice fishing jigs and, knock everything loose. So I
Yeah,
thought that was
completely
super
agree.
cool.
I like how that little yellow part clicks shut. I've got one from Clam, but like it's a two-sided. It's nice, but the little clips on it are like super cheap, and I've knocked them open a number of times. So with the Edge, it would be tight closed. So I am looking at one of those too for. I mean, you only need one for all your ice fishing stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been looking at one of those too. Let's see. Let's jump back over, and everybody, questions. What do we have? Let's see what's going on in questions, comments. Florida Creature says, Creature Show says, tons of knockoffs. I heard that a lot. That seems to be always a thing in the fishing industry. Who thought of it first? Whose deal? I saw somebody else talk about the Berkley Ghillie. They said if I see one more Berkeley Ghillie comment, I'm going to scream. The Berkeley Ghillie. So when that first came out, like when I first saw the stuff, let's just jump over and look at it because I knew this was going to get brought up. And I was actually kind of like excited. I'm like, dang, that thing looks cool. Well, then people were linking stuff saying, dude, this is just a ripoff. It's a knockoff of this, that, and the other. I forget what it was. Whoops, that's not what I meant to click on. And then as I got to look at it,
honest,
like,
I haven't seen half of this stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. There's stuff I missed, so hopefully people will jump in. But it, like in the water, so Ike was showing it. Ike was saying, he had design and, a bunch of say in it. And I don't know how all that goes, if he's just promoting it or if he really did put a bunch into this. But all these little pieces here are like little ribs. But when you swim it, it's got like these fins. And like, I guess these would be like stabilizer deals. It looks like a jointed swim bait. So it swims just like a jointed swim bait would. It looks super cool in the water. But then as people were talking about it and showing like the Japanese version of it or whoever the guy was that like originally had it, I'm like, yeah, those pretty much look like the same thing. And that's like always the big deal with iCast. People are talking about, well, these people ripped this off or this is just this design. And that's kind of the fishing industry.
It's just a soft plastic, right?
Just a soft plastic. Yep.
You got to throw your own hook in there. It doesn't come.
Yeah, it's got a couple like different hook slots where you can put it in. Yeah, you would just use your own like EWG
and it's
or like
$6 per one.
I don't know how many come in here. Nope, depends on the size. So you get 4, 3, or 2. It looks really cool.
I mean,
I don't know. I think it looks sweet, if
somebody wants to,
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I know some people say it looks cool. Some people say no.
Here, let me do. I gotta do something real fast.
People saying shout outs. Let's see. I got. Oops.
All right.
Do that. But Ghillie is affordable. He says.
Whoa. Walmart Wi-Fi.
Can you hear me, Randy?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Randy's gonna drop. Here, I'm just gonna kick him out.
Really?
Can you hear me now?
You're such a bully, dude.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Well, you're
Fat Boy wants to know about the poop lure. I just haven't moved for a while. I tend to sit just perfectly still like this and not do
your screen's like black on mine. I don't know if it's that way for everybody, but
oh yeah, it's black on the thing too. But I'm still here. If you can hear me.
Well, yeah, I can hear you. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. So we missed a couple donations. Keith with the donation. Thank you very much, Keith. Keith, if you have a question, make sure you shout it out. I will be sure to get to that. Hey, my guy Chris McVeigh, supporting the channel. Chris has been a supporter for a long time. Always appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for the donation. Let's see. So there's other people talking about knockoffs and what it was.
And poop lures.
Poop lures. Okay, Fat Boy's asking about the poop lure. We're going to go look at the poop lure real quick. It's
yeah, you talked about this today.
Yeah, it's actually a thing, strange enough. And this is like, there was the cover scat that I remember seeing. I don't remember who it was, who even makes it. Depths, was it the Depths cover scat maybe? Okay, so this is the Fish Arrow heavy poop stick bait. Like, what does it come into in fishing when we have to make poop lures? Like, have we thought of everything? And it's just like, dude, what can we make? I don't know, dude. This lure is going to turn out looking crappy. Oh, let's make poop. Okay, cool.
Crappy.
Yeah, get it?
Yeesh.
Crappy poop.
Red. That's yeesh.
So,
what website is that you're on, Debo?
Tackle Warehouse.
Oh, they have like a thing.
Yep, they have a
iCast
deal
stuff?
specifically for it. So it looks like it almost has like crab claws or something there, and like the eyes. I don't know. I'm not sure what they're getting at here. That would be like your summer craw poop. This would be your green pumpkin. You ate too much green blue flake. I don't know. So the poop lure. I'm not going to be purchasing any of these. I'm not a fan of the poop lure. This thing looks kind of cool though. So this is the G-Crack. Indie Fishing on Instagram. I've told you guys about him before. Make sure you look him up. He is a huge bait nerd. He has even way more stuff than I do. But this is like a Ned Rig stick bait looking thing with like spinnerbait / jig skirt stuff through it. Yeah. I think that would look really cool in the water. So it's like your soft plastic mixed with that. I don't know how expensive these are.
So you would net that, right?
For
You would put a net on that, like probably a net head or
4 for $10. That's crazy.
Jeepers.
And it's this is G-Crack. Yeah, so this is G-Crack. I was actually throwing the Bellows Gill today. The bad thing about the G-Crack stuff is they just don't hold up. Like it's like
those are the popcorn shrimp ones, right? Or
yeah,
the
like
popcorn /
popcorn mixed with shrimp.
Gross.
I think they smell good, but they're ripped. So I don't know. I don't know about that. I think that's a little overpriced. I guarantee that thing's gonna rip, but I don't know. It looks cool.
Go check out that main page or the
hold on one
splash
second.
page. Yeah.
Fish Lab. So this must be a thing of like putting skirts in soft plastics now. I noticed there was a number of companies that did this. This actually reminded me of, I had a salamander. They called this the Slamamander lizard. I had a bunch of old salamanders. I looked in my tackle box. I don't have any more, but I had some big ones of these. I threw them, but I never caught anything on them because I wasn't confident in really big lures. These thing looks cool though. It's kind of a throwback. Like I was going to say, what I was getting at is like, it's a throwback of an old lure that I had when I was a kid.
You're not sharing
20-some years ago. I'm not sharing it? Oh,
no.
Crap. Thank you. So this is what I was talking about. I had some of these big like salamander lures when I was a kid, and they've come all the way back around now. This looks very similar to what I had when I was a kid, but now they've put skirting material in it.
What is that tail all about?
It's like a paddle tail, but it's got like it goes flat here and then has like a paddle tail on it.
So that last one, the purple, whatever it was called, looks like it has like almost like a wacky ring in the tail that connects it somehow.
I don't
Seriously?
think so. It's just the tail.
No, never mind.
So yeah, it's got the old salamander. Now, what were you saying you wanted to look at?
It is the Duo Reales
Pokemon
fishing. Hit the main page.
Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, I don't know. I saw these. These weren't released at iCast. These were actually out before that, but I don't know who would spend $60 on a Pokemon.
I didn't even realize it was $60. That makes it 58 times worse.
I don't know who would. I don't know.
My God.
And a Pikachu for $30.
I just clicked on. Oh my God! And 3 treble hooks designed perfectly to stab your hand with.
This thing looked cool. $29. I mean, that's not horrible for a swim bait. I saw there was like was it this one?
That looks like
color.
Yeah, what are they, like mud dogs? Is that like what a mud dog looks like? Kind of big at the head and tapers back.
I guess kinda, yeah. I don't know. Those look kind of cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's jump back over.
I like
to
that
chat.
color for sure.
We're gonna go through. Let's So one thing I noticed they did was they had where were the awards? Were these the winners? No. When I was looking at it earlier, they had the winners that were there. Was it this? No. Darn it. Where did they
go back to the main page and there's a tab. At least there was on mine. Is it that's not the homepage, is it?
Yeah, it's home. Oh,
So
here
go
it is.
all the, yeah,
iCast,
there you
there
go.
it is. Okay. Yeah, so let's look through these real quick. So the Ghillie, the Powerbait Ghillie got the, what was it? The best of show. I know people were upset about that. Best freshwater reel. The Diawazillion SVTWG. I told you that's my favorite reel that I own right now.
How's that working for you?
It's pricey,
Doing
dude.
good?
I love it. Still my favorite reel. Yeah, it's
No
pricey.
issues whatsoever.
No, I haven't had any issues with mine. Funny story. I actually have 2 of them now. I had 2 of them before. I got a good deal. It's a long story, but I own 2 awesome reels. I would highly recommend them if you have the money to spend. Don't go overboard with it, but if you're looking for one, you have the cash. It's an awesome reel. Abu, talking about cash, $400 rods. I noticed they're like all carbon fiber, they said, with the, so like your cork and EVA. Some expensive stuff coming out.
I know a lot of people, for whatever reason, they kind of talk bad about Abu. I've personally, I haven't had really any issues to speak of. I think they're a fairly good company if this rod actually turns out to be something that is worth that amount of money, then I think they have the entire gambit pretty much covered on, what you can spend from. You can go get an Abu rod, you can get an Abu combo for way less than $100 and all the way up to a $400 reel. I think they're a quality company, and I think that they do some good stuff over there. Just
I know you like Abu a lot, and I think it just comes down to what you support, what you like. I hear people talk bad about everything out there. There's nothing perfect, but I agree. They have some cool stuff. They have some stuff that's, it's kind of like everything out there.
Oh yeah, yep.
Let's see. I did see some donations come in. Al with the donation, the 5 bomb. Al, thank you very much, sir. I think there was one more that I missed. Roland, throwing some support for a heating fishing channel. Just jumped in. Have you guys talked about Berkeley's new innovative gill bait yet? Copycat. So many people were upset about that. Yeah, we just talked about that, Roland. You missed it. I was just saying, I looked at it and I thought it was super cool. And then people were, saying it's a copy of a Japanese lure, this and that. I don't know. I don't get into all that. I know there's a ton of that in fishing. One comes out and then every other company there's a couple more we'll look at too. But, I try not to get into the politics of it all. I just try to gauge it on what it is. And I thought it looked pretty cool. Oh, he said typo, not heating. He meant best. That's right. I did that stuff too. G-Man Fishing, I still have your giveaway. You were one of the giveaway winners. I need to figure out the giveaway winners from the 4th. Jamfish Taco and Plum. I need to make sure I reach out to you guys because whoever was the person that donated Jamfish Taco, I need you to pick which lures you want, and I need to get in contact with you. But just so you guys know, I do have you all on there. Let's see. Oh, Fishing with Gramps is in here. He said, "Don't late. Fishing with Gramps, always support you, man." Okay, well, let's get back to it. So I think I've hit some of the questions. If there's a big question out there that somebody's seen that they wanted answered, let me know.
I know somebody talked about kayaks in there, and for the life of me, I've been looking and searching right now, and I can't find it. And the best way I can describe it is like one of the, I guess they're pod racers from Star Wars #1, where little Anakin raced Jar Jar or whatever they did. Basically, it was a split. You sat on the back half, and then it had like bars, like kind of like an X bar that went from the back half to the front half. And so the front half was the big seller about it, I guess, was you could put your feet up on the front and you could just paddle. Or if you're really, I guess, I wouldn't say trying to sneak up on fish, you could put your feet into the water and kind of like doggy paddle kick with it. I haven't been able to find it again. I saw somebody.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You were talking about that earlier. I have no clue, man.
Yeah, I saw it on a video. It looked cool, but I would never.
You saw it on the internet.
On the interwebs. Yep.
Okay, 100%. Let's see. Let's jump back over. Best electronics. I don't know diddly squat about most electronics, so I'm not even going to go there. Okay. Best fishing line. Okay, now this one kind of puzzled me. So Seagar. Seagar makes awesome line. I used to use Seagar Red Label, which was $9.99. I think Seagar Red Label went up like $2, like $11.99. But now they came out with basics for $9.99. So I was a little confused on this. I don't know if they're just phasing out the Red Label and then this will take its spot. If they're still offering both. Like I said, I wasn't at iCast or anything, so I don't really know. But I thought that was kind of interesting. I'm not sure what the move is there, but I know a lot of people are talking about the new affordable Seagar line. I'm like, well, isn't that just Red Label? So I don't know. Let's see. Best eyewear. I've never used any Costa or Costa. Sunglasses. Best boating accessory. Fraybill net. Okay. Okay, the Plano, I looked at this, I was like, oh, I was looking at pictures of it, I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty cool. And I scored up, I'm like, $220
Right?
for a fishing backpack? That's crazy.
That's a little much. It's got to be rigid though, right?
I don't know. It looks like a cooler deal almost.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the sides would fall in. So okay, so you guys know or potentially know that I've been using the Red Gills backpack. I do like it, but I do run into some of those rigidity problems with it where it, if I don't have my hard boxes down in the bottom, it can kind of slump over. And occasionally, from time to time on the top, as I'm trying to put in new money bags into the top full of plastics, it does kind of like bunch up on itself. So I do see the benefit of a hard backpack, but that just looks like I'm trying to be Boba Fett and fly around with my jetpack.
I'm not mad at that. I wish you were Boba Fett. We'd never lose fishing spots to anybody.
Right.
Let's see. There was some thermal stuff. AFCO took both of those. I need to look at some AFCO stuff. I know everybody's talking about them. I've never owned any of their stuff. Okay, here's another one. So this one got a lot of heat too. So when I first saw this, I was like, oh, cool. Like, is this balsa? What is this? I was like, that kind of looks like the OG Slim. Oh, man. Then there was all sorts of comments saying, it's a copy of the OG Slim. Now Strike King has this. I don't know. The bait itself looks cool. And I don't know. I actually never figured out. So, yeah, Andy Morgan was the guy I saw on Instagram talking about it. He's an MLF angler. If you don't know him, look him up. He seems like a pretty nice guy. But he never said, understand, a flat side crankbait. Integrated, sign off, perfect. Flat side circuit board lip allow.
Is it called the Chick Magnet?
The Chick Magnet. Yeah, it doesn't say. So I know like the Ott's Garage is a balsa. So I don't know if this is going to be like the Berkeley, what is it? Fritz side, which is like an actual plastic flat side crankbait, that's made to mimic like an actual balsa lure. So I don't know. I don't know what this is. It doesn't say. If somebody out there knows, I didn't ever hear. All I know is I do love this color.
Which one? I was going to say, I need you to look at
Blue Rock Craw.
Tips Special also. Tips.
Tips.
It looks like TIPS.
Oh, that's like, what is that called? Pineapple. It's called Pineapple something in the Strike King. Oh, this is Strike King, duh. The 1.5 I have or 2.5, it's called Pineapple something. But I like that color too.
Yeah, that's a good looking color. And you said what was yours? You like I
like this, the Blue Rock Craw. I really like that one.
Oh yeah. Holy cow.
Then the other thing cool about, I noticed there's a few of them we'll look at as we go through here. Both Berkeley and Strike King have like their live HD like looking patterns. These are kind of cool. So like their natural bream, I got the pretty cool looking bluegill, deal. It's almost more like those crank wraps. If you've seen the company called Crank Wraps, you can take a crankbait and they sell essentially 2 stickers. And I don't know if you like boil it on. I've never used them. But you can like cover any sort of crankbait with like a realistic looking, pattern like this. So it kind of reminds me of those.
It's like
I don't know.
Boil and bite of the
I like the flat side cranks. So yeah, that one looked cool. Let's see. Best. Oh, there it is again at 1 Tool Awards. People hate this already. There it is. The old show stealer. Then best saltwater soft lure. Crab. Wonder if Burley ever used those. Burley, are you watching? Did you ever use those crabs I gave you? I gave Burley crabs. in a tackle warehouse unboxing. Come on, people. But anyway, so that's some of the stuff. Let's go back to chat and see what do we have going on. Okay, what do we have? Let me scroll up here. I don't know if I missed any donations. If I did, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to scroll back through, and then we'll get to, okay, so people talking about, oh, the Jackal Bounty Fish. Old bassless chap in the house. That was one that I wanted to talk about, too. Somebody shared that with me. Let's see. Is it under first looks? I think it was under the Topwater if we went here.
I was literally just gonna say I clicked on. I don't even know what I clicked on, and then it's the dark sleeper. You should try those some more.
No, I'm good. I've already taken enough heat from saying I didn't like them. People were pissed at me. What? Maybe it's under frogs.
Oh, you if you go into from the
Jackal.
main page, just FYI, after you get done looking at that main page, new items. There's an entire frog section. I should have never said this out loud.
I already know it's there, dude.
I
put, Fat Boy and I were talking about this. What the hell? Where is it?
What are you looking for?
The Jackal. I think it's called the Jackal Bounty Fish. Am I dumb?
That's a lot of typing you're doing.
Oh my goodness.
Jackal.
Bounty.
Jackal.
All right, let me go back. Bounty Fish. Okay, Fish and Friends, am I stupid?
Yeah, what's Debo doing here?
Jackal, right? Okay, Jackal.
It's
like a jointed topwater. No, it's not an A-rig. It's a jointed topwater deal. Almost looks like a fish.
Aragon, a Raygon crankbait. I don't have my glasses on. Go. I don't
know why I'm not seeing it. We'll find it here. I'll come back to that bassless chap. I did see that. I don't know how expensive it is. I've actually never looked at it. We'll come back. The Pikachu topwater. Let's see. I missed my reminder. What did I miss? Chris Russ in the house, another Iowa boy. Thank you. Hey, my guy Philip Cheek, huge supporter of the channel and a good all-around human being. He said the new Bass X rods. Randy, you have a Bass X rod, don't you?
No, I don't have a Bass X.
Oh, I thought you did have a Bass X.
No, I've got. I'm just pulling them up right now.
You have the Mojo, right?
I have two Mojos, Premier. I got a bunch of St. Croix. I haven't gotten a Bass X yet. I did tell you though, like, I don't know what the deal is my Avid X that I have, it broke. There was that video. Everybody saw it. That was fun. I waited and got a new version of it. And it's probably one of my higher dollar combos that I have. And for whatever reason, I just don't use it like hardly ever. And I kind of want a new Mojo, and I've been looking at these Bass X's for quite a while.
Get this new Bass X. This looks pretty sweet. So I was looking at this earlier. The design actually looks really clean.
It does.
And I noticed that they have a bunch of the Sea Guide stuff on it. So the Sea Guide, aluminum rings. So if you look at these, they're a little bit different. You don't have like the normal rings and inserts.
Mm-hmm.
So they've actually got like the stainless steel. They're coated. I've been reading on some of the Sea Guide stuff. The Temple Fork Outfitters rod, the TFO rod that I have, uses this. And it's kind of interesting because I talked about it a little bit. As a bank angler, if you drop your rod and you have like inserts in your rod, there's a good chance, you can crack them. I've broke inserts on I don't know how many rods just dropping a rod on the concrete, and you'll crack or chip those inserts.
I know that Mojos have inserts, and I've popped a couple of those out too.
Yep. So if these are the way that I'm thinking they're the same on the TFO, it's just aluminum, like actual rings, like stainless steel or aluminum rings, something like that. I don't know if these are the exact same deal. Yeah, stainless steel guide. That's what I was thinking of. So it's actually got like stainless steel with like a Sea Guide says they have some sort of coating on it. So I don't know. I'd be interested to see how these do. I haven't had any issues with mine. I haven't used braid on mine. But the only thing I can think of is I know like back with the cheap rods, back when I was a kid, some of them would groove like from using the braid from now if you're in silty water. So if you fish like streams or really muddy water, the braid itself isn't actually going to cut into that stainless steel or like ceramic or alkanite guides. But if you fish a lot of that silty like rock stuff, essentially what happens is that braid will get those little tiny itsy bitsy particles of sand and dirt and everything in there. And as you keep, casting and reeling it in, it's like a little tiny microscopic saw. So if you never ever fish that type of water, it's not going to be an issue. Or if you use like fluorocarbon mono, you shouldn't ever have that issue. But if you use braid, it's not the actual braid that cuts grooves into it. It's the stuff in the water that gets on that braid. So I don't know. These are full of stuff and they look really good. I think you should get one of these next, man. Those are pretty.
I just want to jump out there and make my opinion known. The what is it? The cast A versus the cast B. I do not like a full, I guess, handle. Go back to so scroll down, and then you get to all the different makes and models. If you go to handle type, there's going to be either a cast B or a cast A. The cast A is the split handle. I think I just like a split handle better.
Yeah, this is usually for the bigger ones, like the bigger swim bait rods, like the pitching and flipping. We'll usually have that longer handle, a 19 7/8 versus 14 inch. So it's just going to be a bigger, longer handle on there.
Yeah, I would still go out of my way to not get a full handle like
cool.
that. I think it looks a good looking rod, and
let's see,
not terribly expensive.
Yeah, no, not at all. 120. That's
$20,
not bad.
Yeah.
Look for sale on one of those too. So some of the 13 fishing stuff, we talked about those last time. I was just saying we haven't heard anything out of 13. I was literally just saying that last weekend. Looks like they've got some new stuff, some expensive stuff. Dang, $300 rods.
What's that right there? The blackout?
Yeah, the blackout's back. Somebody was telling me, was that Baxter, the bait man, that was talking about that? Somebody was saying they were bringing this back. So I was talking about, I've still got it over there. Probably my all-time favorite rod. I got it for I want to say $18 at the day after Thanksgiving deal. But it was the number 8. So if you remember, 13 Fishing had the more affordable subset of their gear, which was called number 8. So they had 13 Fishing and then number 8 Fishing. And I had the Hellbent. The Hellbent rod, I think, was $79. And the blackout before, I want to say, was $99 when it was number 8. I could be wrong on prices, but like I said, I got mine for $18, and that number 8 Hellbent is still my favorite all-around rod. For $18, I abuse the heck out of that thing. The cork is all gross on it. So yeah, it's kind of interesting that they're bringing that back. $79. It's a 24-ton graphite blank. I know, with the 13 Fishing, the Fate Black too, the green rods, those were 30-ton blanks. Like I've said before, I never had any issues with mine. I know some people didn't like them. They said they felt cheap, but Jordan Lee has a new Abu rod. I saw the Abu baitcaster. We'll get to that here quick too, but I wasn't impressed with the baitcasters. This is 20. Yeah, see, this is a 24-ton blank rod for $90. You can find a lot of $50, $60 rods that are a 24-ton blank, and I'm guessing there's no other crazy special features on it. It says a custom reel seat, but how custom is that? That doesn't look. I mean, obviously that is custom, but is it Win? I think it is Win.
Those look Win.
Yeah, it is a Win grip. Okay, so yeah, the grip is kind of cool, but I don't know. I wasn't impressed with the reel. Some of the pros stuff, it seems like they put not a real high priced product on some of them, and they make it at a price where you can get something a lot better at that price range. A Veritas is what, a 30-ton blank for $10 more. And I love the, I've been testing out. I used it today, actually. I caught a catfish on it and some dinks, but the new Abu Veritas, and I really like it. Stubby's up there chasing something. Oh, and knocked something.
Jeez.
So they have the new Vendetta talking about the Abu stuff. I did see this one. This looks pretty sweet. I like the sleek black look on it.
Is that?
See, that's what is this?
Grip there?
Is that exactly what I was talking about? So this is a $79 rod, $10 less, and you get a more sensitive blank, a 30-ton blank versus a 24-ton. Now you're not getting wind grips, so you're probably paying more on the other one for wind grips. I don't know.
I'm just trying to find that other one right now.
Yeah, CCR carbon contour curve handles. I like that. I think that's kind of cool. Looks neat. I guess I'd have to hold it in my hand, but I know you have one and you like it. I had a Vendetta before. I liked it. I had the frog rod for $79.
I think I've had
Good rods.
2 or 3 Vendettas that are just like I've just used until they've, given up,
So let me jump back over to comments. I'm sure I've missed a whole ton of stuff. So Philip, we got to that one. Richard Sousa says a pontoon kayak? Question mark. People are talking more Pikachu stuff. Ooh, Matthew Acevedo says Seaguar Red Label is trash for freshwater. I've had really good luck with Seaguar Red Label. I think it's the best budget fluorocarbon out there. So I don't know if you've had issues if you got a bad spool, Matt. I'm not sure. Some people say it has the memory, and it does. I mean, fluorocarbon has memory, especially with some of the cheaper fluorocarbons. You're going to have memory issues, but if you stretch it out and use line conditioner, it helps out a lot. Roland talking about the P-Line Tactical. Yeah, it's expensive, but I love it. It's so soft, casts well.
It's
I love
yeah. You hooked me up with a spool on one of my reels because I was just out, and that stuff like it I guess feels like butter. I guess butter is the best way I can describe it.
Some people saying they don't like fluoro. Yeah, I know some people. It takes a little bit to get used to. Matt Erickson with the donation. Great as always, guys. Here's a $5 towards some new gear. Matt, thank you very much, man. He's always in the streams. Another good contributor and supporter of the channel. I appreciate that a lot, my friend. Got some what's up. My guy, the Backlasher. What's up, my friend? What else? People saying what's up. Okay. Here, did somebody say it was balsa?
I just have to giggle every time anybody says balsa, and it comes to lures.
Ice Cream asked about the new G Loomis rods. We'll look at those.
I did see those. They look pretty sharp.
Somebody say Chad. Oh my gosh, Chad is in here. This stream setup is cool. I dig how they have it set up. Chad Hoover, you guys. So if you want to talk about somebody in the kayak scene, I need to get Chad on. I actually talked to Chad a little while ago. We're going to get him on for a stream. I haven't hit him up. I know he's been on the road, and he was actually at iCast. If you want to talk to somebody, or I guarantee he's going to be having some cool kayak stuff. Super knowledgeable about all that stuff. Super nice guy. I'm going to try to get him on the stream and pick his brain. But let's see. There was somebody I think said.
Let's skip looking at those G Loomises. That's
yeah, they're a little expensive, dude. They're super nice rods though. I used my buddy Matt's. Oh, Chick Magnet isn't balsa. There it is, Sean. So I don't know if that's true, Sean. I don't know where you saw that, but if that's true, that kind of stinks. I was hoping it would be. I think that's one thing that that Otts is going to have over it, but it looks cool. We'll see. Let's jump back over and look and see. Am I sharing still? Oh yeah, I thought I wasn't sharing.
You're good.
So Abba's got the new Veritas PLX TE. I think it's like the tournament edition or something it stands for. Tournament casting rod. These look cool. I like the black. When it comes to fishing gear, I am so boring. I like all black, sleek, like black and little silver or gray. I like boring. And like I saw this one, I'm like, yeah, dude, that thing looks tournament edition.
For some reason, I really like the white camo-y kind of like snow camo with like the gray.
It gets like all dirty and I don't know.
100%. Like it's gonna get filthy, but I totally agree with you too. That is a very sharp looking rod. Yeah, no,
pretty cool. 36-ton blank. So again, you can see a little bit more. Why can't I not even think of the word? I'm completely blanking. Sensitive blank. This is something I need to like look into more. They talk about their new PowerLux resin. So when you put rods together, you've got scrims, you've got your graphite, carbon, whatever the actual material is, and then you've got like the resin. So the materials and things that they use in between to stick it together. So they're talking about this new PowerLux stuff. I need to look into that more, but they're saying it increases the break strength because depending on what resins or what glues you use to put the rod together, when they roll it up, you can have two identical rods, but if you use, different materials, resins and such in between, you can get different, actions. You can get different bend, and like they're saying here, a stronger rod that you're not adding any extra weight. So people will talk about like, what was it before, the nano, why can I not think of it off the top of my head? Nano, I don't know, I'm blanking on it, but people talk about like that kind of resonance stuff. I don't know, those look cool. I don't know, I haven't got a hold of them or anything, but
So basically it's just fancy glue.
Fancy glue, yeah. They're using that fancy glue now.
Okay, fancy glue.
Xenon rod, $400. Ark's got some new rods out. I know my guy Fat Boy Fishing will be checking out the new Viper rod. I had the Viper and loved it. The only thing I didn't like was it was like super micro guides. I'm not a huge fan of like the super tiny micro guides, but I like the old Viper a lot.
I feel like you get a lot more of them too when they get micro, right? You give a lot more eyes.
Let's see, what's this one say? If it even shows, and it doesn't even say. Some of them will say like 9. I feel like 9+1 is pretty average, depending on the length. But that's some things they'll do on like some of the cheaper rods is you'll get like 8+1 guides. And when you look at it like on some of the cheap rods, you're like, wow, that first guide is like way out here. And that's what, some rod companies will do to save a little bit of money. You look at some of the higher price rods and you might have, a 10+1 rod. So it just kind of depends. And I'm not saying, if they have less, it's crappy or anything, but
what does that mean? I don't get the I mean, I know what a 10+1 is in a different world, but I don't know what it is in like a fishing rod world.
So 10+1 would just be your guide. So you'd have 10 guides plus your tip. So the tip is always the plus.
Okay. That makes sense.
John Cruz, this was actually out before. I just got a casting rod, my very first casting rod. Oh, we have to talk about, I don't know, it's not going to be on here, but if anybody saw, dude, I was cracking up. I wonder if Chad's still on here. Chad, did you get a hold of it? Oh gosh, what was it called? It was, I think it was actually the Game Changer. The Fat Cat had it. Dude, I was cracking up when I saw that because I shared it on my story and a bunch of people were like, dude, this is, giving me all sorts of, their impressions, good or bad. And I'm like, guys, I think this is a joke. I just shared it because I think it was a joke. But it was, did you see it? It was a spinning reel in front and then a bait caster in back all on one rod. Dude, I was cracking up because like that dude cracks me up. But he had a like an intro of it. Let me see if I can find it here on Instagram real quick. But he had like an intro of it, and he's like, "There's fire." He's like, "People are talking about game changers." He's like, "That's not a game changer." It's like, boom, with fire. It's like, this is a game changer. Oh, here it is, right here. Hold on.
Oh, you do? That's a game changer.
Let's see if I can.
It's not a game changer.
Whoa, turn that down just a smidge.
Is that really loud?
Yeah,
Sorry,
it hurts.
guys.
It hurts
Yeah,
bad.
sorry, but there he is, right there. But it's like look it up. It's called the Game Changer Cash and Game Changer. It's got like a spinning reel in front, a bait caster on back, all on one rod. And he's like, dude, I think it's a joke. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm gonna look like the dummy here, and it wasn't a joke, but I took it as a joke. I don't know. Chad, did you get a hold of it? Did you get a hold of the Game Changer? Was it truly a game changer? I know Chad's a fan of.
Oh. What happened? Did I get lost, or did Debo get lost?
Whoops! We're back.
Oh, hey,
I didn't shut it down, did
feller. No, I mean, I'm still here. I don't know if...
My bad. I was trying to... Yeah, so he's saying it's a joke. Okay, I was just making sure. Yeah, because...
yeah, Debo is on that Walmart internet.
Well, see, Chad, I wonder because they do have those rods that have the spine where it spirals around. So I'm like, did they work it into that somehow? I thought it was a joke because I'm like, dude, the first time you hook a fish on the bait caster, that spinning rod underneath is going to come undone and it's just going to be a wound up mess.
It's
okay,
like
so Randall, I can't see you. I don't know what happened to you.
Oh, Debo, I can see you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
I mean, we're both on the YouTube.
There we go.
Live.
Okay,
so.
Maybe you were delayed a little bit. Okay, let me share my.
Ruben, I didn't do anything like that.
Screen. I am sorry, Fish and Friends. I was trying to go over and I accidentally closed something. I don't know how I closed it, but okay. So I am sharing. You all can see that. So I can't show it. Chad verified it was a joke. Thank goodness. I didn't want to look like an idiot.
Well,
It's as bad as a rod that has a paddle on the end. I mean, dude, that could save you. Who knows? Dizzle killed Debo. Debo
I
got
didn't.
lost. No, I'm
Dude,
back, guys.
can we just talk about the disgustingness? I think this rod looks ugly. The G Loomis rods. First of all, the
You think
hook,
they look ugly?
the bait keeper is, you can't get any closer to the very exact spot that I want to put my hand on a rod and
Are you talking
catch a
about
hook in
these?
the hand. The no, the G Loomis
Dude, I think those look sweet.
NRX,
Those are clean.
the NRX Mag Bass, and then there's the NR. Basically, it's just the G Loomis NRX.
Those weren't the new ones. The NRX are the old ones. That's like they got the teal blue on it, right?
Yeah,
Like
sorry, I
yeah.
thought I clicked on the new. These all say new on them though.
Yeah, but those aren't iCast. I think those are just the NRXs.
Oh, just new, and
Yeah, not iCast new.
$600 for an ugly rod that looks
Ooh.
like it's got an extremely short
I
butt
can't
to
pay
it.
$600. $250 I feel like is if you want to take that step up past like $150 rod. I think $250 is a pretty good jump. I don't have a ton of stuff in this range, but I mean, these look clean. I've heard only good stuff about them. Everybody that I've talked to, I've not actually owned one. Like I said, I've used some, but I've heard really good stuff on the G Loomis.
Everybody's chiming in. It's the NRX pluses, are new, and I don't know. I'm looking at these and I just feel like they're, I don't know. I don't like the whole thing going on.
Let's see. Let's get through the new stuff on rods real quick, and then we'll jump through and maybe go back to those. Jinko fishing. I don't know anything about Jinko fishing.
Their jeans are really wide at the bottom. The what one is?
Yeah, they make jeans that you can actually fit a laptop in the back pocket. Those are cool. Let's see. Lew's XD series crankbait casting rod. That's interesting. So it's like a wind grip the whole way.
Whatever reason, I don't like those.
See, and it's only an HM50 graphite. So that is a blend. So it's a glass graphite hybrid. But I don't know. And really, you're not looking for like extreme sensitivity on a crankbait rod. You know, you want that little bit of delay, but I don't know. I feel like $140. I don't know. Looks cool though. Yeah, I agree. I don't like the full handle either. I like the split. I think you save on weight too. These, I've seen people talking about these a lot. Tyler's Real Fishing was showing these off the new Signature series. So I guess they worked with like some of the Lew's pros and developed kind of some of their favorite in the line. I don't know anything about them. I've not held any of them. $179 to $189. What is this?
Looks like it's got a really short. So what is the section? What would you call the section from where you put your reel to the end of the rod? What is that area?
The handle, like the handle and butt, like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be your handle.
I guess from the trigger back, that's still all handle.
That's your handle. Yeah.
It looks really short.
I don't know. So that's one thing I noticed. Actually, some people like that. My dad likes a short handle. 13.5. I'd say that's pretty normal. Yeah, to 15. I'd say those are all pretty normal. I would have to look. Like I got the 7.2, which is really strange, and I've just now started using it. I just talked about it last time. Was the Lew's KVD. The thing that I noticed with the Lew's KVD now, it is like a dock. It's supposed to be like a skipping rod. But the handle is super short on it. And it's like, it's got a really weird rating. Like, I don't understand. It's a medium heavy rated for lures up to 2 ounce, which seems really.
You were showing me that, and it's
odd.
It's a medium heavy, right?
Yeah, 7.2 medium heavy. Yeah, right here. 7.2 medium heavy, rated for lures up to 2 ounces. I'm like,
that's just a KVD thing. Don't.
Yeah, this is the one I have here. 13.5 inches. Like that's a short handle. I feel like. I guess I'm just used to longer ones. Oops, I'm sorry. 14.5. It just feels really short. I guess that's pretty average, but I like a longer handle. I've said it before.
Yep.
I like a longer handle. I don't know. I just do. It's just me. So anyway, okay, let's jump back over to comments. What do we got? What kind of malarkey do we got going over here in comments? People, oh, somebody's saying, CJ Scarborough said, uh-oh, DEBO'S on the Walmart internet now. Let's see. Dizzle going solo. DEBO'S back. I'm way behind. I'm sorry.
Dang it. Give up. I was trying to log in and see some chats. And I just can't do
Let's see.
What did I mean, are you going to go back and are we gonna look at the frog section? Because there is one in there I kind of want to touch on real quick, just because
We can.
It just looks silly.
So I don't see any specific stuff. People asking about that. I called that the handle butt. Yeah. So the butt's like actually the end of the rod. The very, like the butt section is. Whoops. If I go into one, butt section is like this back part here.
And I'm looking up
that's the butt of the rod, and like that's the whole handle and grip. You know, this kind of whole everything is. When they talk about that 14 inches in here.
Huh? What's that? I like your shirt.
What? Okay, let's see. So let's go back. I don't think I missed any questions. I was trying to roll through. Still loving my KVD CC4 for chatterbaits. Chad said the weight rating comes, so somebody must have asked a question about the weight rating. Pre-ordered some stuff. New plopper released. I'll have to go check that out. I think it's the oh yeah, the Chapo. The Chapo has a 75 size now, which is kind of interesting.
That's
my guy Tackle Junkie in the house. Jim, TJ. If you haven't checked him out, go check his out. Chad has a channel too. I don't know if I said that before, but Chad does have a YouTube, Instagram. He does all the things. Make sure you check both those gentlemen out. Both good people.
I gotta say, Chris
what do you got?
Mentioned something. You know, short butts I'm not a big fan of. The Mojo Yak spinning rods. That thing is disgusting. I'm gonna have nightmares about that now.
You don't like it?
You haven't even looked at it, have you?
Isn't that the black and purple one? The Mojo Yak stuff?
Yeah, it is. But that looks like there's about 2.37 inches between where your reel would set and the back of the rod.
Well, I think that's for the yak. So if you got to remember, if you have a kayak, you're not going to have all the room like if you're standing up. So I think they're taking into consideration, like if you try to flip and pitch sitting down like in a kayak, it's a whole different world. I've only done it a little bit in my boat.
Listen here, Mr. Logic. That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay, let's jump back over before Randizzle power bombs me here. Let's see. Want to make sure. Okay, I am sharing. So let's see. We looked at. Let's jump in reels quick. What are we even at for time? Oh my God, we're in an hour. No, okay, let's see. So I said we were talking about some. Okay, so this is something that confuses me too. Is I don't know why some companies do this. So if you look at 13, so they have the Origin F1 for 69, the Origin O1 for 64, and the Origin R1 for 59. Like 3 reels in the space of $10, you know? I guess I don't understand why they do that with models. I don't know if it's a pricing thing or if they want to have options. I honestly haven't looked into every single one of these two if there's different, you know, features on each one, but I sometimes think that's kind of strange. So here's like the Jordan Lee that I was talking about. $105. It's a graphite frame. You get a carbon fiber handle and like pretty yellow knobs. Like I would go the Revo X all day over this for $99 with an aluminum frame. Same brakes, same everything.
I just want to say I'm really kind of disappointed. I haven't taken full advantage of my Fishing 13 reel with all of the customization possibilities. Some of those things are very expensive, but some of them are pretty darn cheap just to change some stuff out.
Oh, how about the new Steve 70? That looks cool, right? You bring it up, you're like, oh, that looks really cool. I think I might buy it. Whoa, never mind. $730. I will pass. It does look cool, though. Good work, Iowa.
What's the deal with the single grip
those are 300 and 400 size reels. So those are like your bigger, musky reels. Those are like the power handles.
I just noticed a lot of them as I was scrolling through new.
Yeah, those are the big dogs. Let's see, the Tatula 300, so like your swim bait type reel. The SB 103, they came out with that limited edition Tatula for $300. I will not be getting it, but those look cool. I've never used a single Fitzgerald rod. I think this is a graphite frame if I remember the other Fitzgerald stuff. I don't know. I've never used one of their reels. Lew's did come out with the new BB1 Pro. I think that's kind of slick looking. I like the BB ones. I've got 2 of them. I like the ones I have. It's got the little
grips
keeper deal. Yeah, I don't know about those grips. They kind of look like the Daiwa grips, but that slick material. Like the old, the BB1 Pros had like the round EVA, which I really like.
Oh, those aren't that bad though. The elongated, whichever.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm just gonna say that I don't like you because wind grips, and that's all I want now is.
Have ruined you. Ooh, how about the new Lew's Custom Pro SLP? I might have already got my hands on one of these babies. Boom. Dang. Yeah, these are pretty sweet. So you have the Custom Pro. That's the gray one that you have on that. I think the TP1 Black Rod or whatever it is. TP1X, whatever that one is.
And that thing is a beast. Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet reel. I haven't got to spool this up yet. I think they shaved some weight off it. This thing only weighs 5.6 ounces. Super light reel. Feels really good. Really smooth. It's got that new quiet cast adjust that they came out with. Not now, but they came out with before, that we've talked about before, to make sure the cast is quiet. I know they did have some issues with some kind of noisy casting. Lew's did. The custom light this is the custom SLP. I thought this was the light one, the 4. No, that's not the one I was thinking. So the custom SLP, so that must be like an in-between. So this is a Tackle Warehouse exclusive. I did see this. So this is like the red for fast. This is like a 9.5 gear ratio. Are you going to get one of these, Randy?
No. No.
It looks cool.
That's your cup of tea. If it was orange, you would get it for sure.
I do love orange. Not in my reels, though. I'm boring when it comes to reels. When it comes to reels, this is like a dream reel for me. All blacked out. I love that.
Okay,
there's some Shimano's. Chad wasn't here.
It's just ridiculous. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a quick one.
At some point in time, you need to go back and find a Mr. Pink Floyd comment. I'd laugh.
Randall Pink Floyd's in here. He's such a good guy. He's my lure body hooker upper on the old lure bodies. He's still probably going to kick my butt because I haven't paid any of those. I will do one dedicated to you and send you some videos, Mr. Randall Pink Floyd. Okay, so the Corrado 150. So they made the 150 size. They had the Corrado 70, the MGL. I've not got to use that one yet, but I've heard from a buddy that does. He loves it. And then this is just
like a graphite-y color.
It's like a green, so it's kind of a throwback to some of the older Corrados, that like Corrado-y green with black. I like it, but that's going to be a good reel. I mean, the Shimano stuff, they make amazing reels. Obviously, it's going to be a good Quantum. Dude, this reminded me of the old Quantums that I used to have, like the gross blue with gold. Like, what is Quantum doing?
So,
like, this is a throwback.
Let's just say, Quantum, you've had a few too many. It's time to go home, buddy.
Dude, it's a throwback. That's complete old school right there.
Those grips are disgusting as well. Like that whole thing. I'm sorry, I wouldn't even take that for free.
Oh, you would too.
I would, but I wouldn't. I would. I
have the old the smoke. Like, this is a throwback smoke. I have the old smoke that's great. It looks cool. The only thing I don't like about it, and it doesn't show it on here, the side plate screw like sticks out and digs into my hand. I need to do a review on it. Otherwise, the reel is awesome. That's the only thing that I hated on it.
The drag, that looks like a big. I don't mind that drag on there.
It's got a line indicator, so you can turn this dial to put what size line you have on here.
Nice.
So Okuma I've been able to get my hands on some Okuma stuff lately. I heard rumblings of these. These look pretty sweet. So this is the new Hakai. I think that looks clean. All black, and the speed is, so I think they took a page out of Daiwa's book. What was what Tatulas were those? That had like the purple on the outside, but the reel speed was indicated by the little nut holder aluminum deal. I forget what that piece is called, but indicated by that on there, the retainer, the handle nut retainer.
Those grips, though.
They look clean. Yeah, dude, I love those grips. Those big round
Okay,
EVAs.
so are those more like foamy than what a wind grip is, though?
Yeah, so these will be like a hard foam, like a real hard EVA. Some people like them, some people don't. I like those. Now, the interesting thing about this is I forget the company they worked with, but the spool on this, so like when you take a bait caster apart, like every other bait caster, and I'm sure there's probably Japanese, made bait casters and stuff on the market that have this technology, because this is like they have a special company that makes these. But on this reel, let me jump back over and I will go full screen on DEBO so I can show you. Because look, I figured out how to do this. Boom, solo layout. So on like your normal spool and the shaft and everything, when you take it out, you're going to have bearings that support this. So there's bearings in the side plates. With this spool, whatever company that is they worked with, it's actually got a bearing, a ball on the end of the spool. So if you think like a ballpoint pen, like, just a regular pen that you write with, it's the pin, and at the end of it is a little ball in there. And as you roll it around, that's what makes the ink come out and you write with the pen. Same thing with this. It has a little ball inside there. So it's like a sealed bearing. I forget what they call it. I thought that was like super cool. Like I said, there might already be reels that have done it. I've never got my hands on one, so I'm really excited to get this. What do they call it? Super tuned flight spool developed by Dream Tackle Design. So patented flight shaft, hollow stainless steel main shaft that has that like bearing inside there. So I don't know. I'm interested to see how those will do. I'll definitely be grabbing one of those. But I thought that was pretty neat. Let me get this put back together so I don't lose it. That's the last thing I need to do is lose the side plate.
The side plate fully comes off on that?
On the Lews that I have?
Yeah.
Yep. But it's all externally adjustable, so you shouldn't ever need to take it apart out on the water.
I'm just saying, I just want to, petition everybody to, write to your local reel maker, attach your side plate somehow, because that's the worst feeling ever when your side plate just pops off and it's in your hand and you're fishing actively. Horrible feeling.
I noticed they had a couple of versions of these too. They had the regular, they have a finesse, it's like a BFS reel. You can't really see it here, but I would assume it has like a really shallow spool. And then they had like a pitching and flipping version. And then they have like a budget version out too. I didn't see anything super cool in spinning when I looked earlier. Oh, there is one spinning reel I'm going to be picking up because I really want to try it. I never got to try one of the old ones. Is the Shimano Nasi. That new one looks sweet. All stainless steel with like smoky steel. Again, very simple. Like, I love gear like that. Simple and clean. I get questions on the Nasi all the time, and I've never owned one. And I feel like, again, at that $99 price point, that's where you get the best bang for the buck. So I'll be picking up one of those. I did see Lew's came out with the Lew's Hyper Mag, so the magnesium frame, $160. I had the Lew's custom, whatever it was, the $130 Lew's. I wasn't a fan of it. I liked my $79 Mach, whatever it is, Mach 2 or whatever, the green reel over it. So it'll be interesting to see. This should be super light with the magnesium frame. Yeah, so 7 ounces is all.
That does look pretty sweet. That is.
Yeah, it looks smooth, like all gray and kind of silver.
Hyper Magnesium. I feel like that should be a color name.
Magnesium is a material, so it's going to be lighter than your aluminum. Usually you're going to pay more, obviously, $160. But, if you're somebody who wants lighter gear, if you fish a lot, you don't, some people, if you have some sort of, disability or whatever, and it like every little ounce matters, you have to have it as light as possible. Some people that does matter for. Looks cool. The Nasi. Oh, and how about this one? Randy and I were fishing today, and there was a couple gentlemen that literally rolled right up on us and were casting like right at us. We were fishing from the bank. They were in a boat. And like, so first off, I was super pissed. I'm like, I kept walking down the shore, and like I was looking at these guys, and literally these dudes just had no clue. And I was like, how's it going, guys? Any luck? One dude's like, oh, a couple little ones. The other guy in back is like, looked like he was cross-eyed, and like these dudes literally had no idea. And I was just like, well, have good luck. They're like, yeah, good luck, buddy. You know, it's nice as could be, but like had zero etiquette, like just didn't care, but were just like, they weren't being mean. They just didn't, what's the word I'm looking for, Randall? Clueless. They were just clueless.
Okay, clueless is what we're going to go with. I was going to say something else, but then you'd get in trouble and whatever. But so like, I remember I was throwing a weightless stick bait. And so a weightless stick bait is weightless, and so it's not going to fall that quick. I remember casting it out, and all of a sudden I heard that very distinctive Zebco sound. I can't do it, but the majority of you should know what that Zebco sound is.
The ting as the Zebco gets thrown out.
And then the next thing I know is there's a crankbait right over top of where my line should be laying. And I mean, he didn't snag me or anything, but it's like, seriously, guys. And we looked at each other and we're both like, why are they over on this side of the water?
Yeah, why
the other side we can't
right
get
on
to
top of us. Yeah,
is the best side. Oh my god.
Okay, let's see. Let's look through. I know there's some donations. I want to make sure I go back. People talking about some of the rods. I'll try to find his. Holy crap, Mike N with the $50 bomb on us. Mike, thank you so much, brother. And that was just a super sticker. Dude, if you got a question, make sure you ask a question. I will try to answer to the best of my ability. I'm no pro, but I appreciate that a ton, my friend.
His picture, whatever you call it, is turtles. We should throw some of those turtles.
The Doomsday Turtles that I have, I've never thrown them. I think Chad did a video on the Doomsday Turtles. Chad, are the turtles gimmick or do they work? Sean Lai said all the new reels look alike.
They do look very similar.
Okay, was this the one? Randall Pink Floyd, the Zillion Debo has is expensive and 100% worth it.
Nope.
Is that it?
Nope. I think further back, maybe.
I might have missed it then.
Okay, so I'm just going to go out there and say it. It was something along the lines of he wanted for me to represent some sort of, I think it was a kilt in the front, cargo shorts in the back, kind of modified.
Cargo kilt? Dude, you need to come up with a cargo kilt.
I saw somebody at Walmart the other day with a kilt on, and I almost asked him where he got it. But
I'm not mad at that at all. We had a dude that used to live right by me, and I would follow him around. Like, he went shopping the same time as me, and I would follow him around because he had the thickest Scottish accent. He would wear a kilt. Dude, just listening to him, I'm Scottish. Okay, so the story behind that is I'm Scottish. Randy and I were just talking about that. So I love, like, the whole Scottish accent. But Creek and Trail Chronicles, always a supporter of the channel. He said, Debo, you have a donation. Thank you, brother, for calling that out. I'm trying to get back to all those. We are at an hour too, so we need to pick a winner as well. I will give a package away to someone with a bunch of baits, random stuff that I throw in, quantum hot sauce or PT throwbacks. The old hot sauce. Let's see. Best Dizzle doesn't read chat. I must have missed it there. Let's see. I think I had a couple other donations come through. I don't want to miss any donations because those mean a lot to me, guys and gals. I appreciate it a ton that people share money with me and donate and help my channel. It means a lot. Okay. No Lopez, just wanted to say thank you for what you do. I've learned so much from you. You are welcome, man, and thank you for watching. It's the least I can do. And then Dersh, my guy Dersh is always in here on the lives with the $10 bomb. Thank you so much, brother. I only have time to watch my lunch break tonight, but got to show my support. You always support and donate. I thank you a ton for that, my friend. Let's see. Randall Pink Floyd said, can't hate on Quantum and Love Lose. It's the same company. So it's not, it is, but it's not. So what he's talking about is like a lot of the reels are made in the same, factory. So you've got like the Doyo, Chinese, Korean stuff. A lot of these reels are made side by side in the same, factory. However, I feel like certain reels have different standards and a little bit different technology, and some of them, not always, some of them are identical inside, but some of them feel a little bit different, even though they're made, you can feel a Lew's LFS compared to a Revo X, compared to a Bass Pro Shops. All of them are made in the same spot, but I think they feel different. So,
can we just touch on Mr. Alejandro and his shenanigans?
It is a would you if someone puts clamshells in one of your pockets in your cargo shorts. Dizzle hates the clamshells. He'd probably get pretty upset. Okay, they have kilts with built-in pouches. They have Dizzle's name all over it. Okay,
That's
we're going down
a cargo pocket. All right.
Cargo pocket. Let's see. We did get one other donation. Jonathan Thompson finally got back to fishing. Got to try my new Hero 9. Videos coming soon. Cool, dude. It's a lot of work, but it's so much fun. Like, you don't realize how much you miss, like, when you actually record stuff, and even just taking pictures, because you can go back and look at, okay, this time of year, where was I fishing? It's a great way to keep track of stuff, things that I've missed before. And Creek and Trail Chronicles says cheddar and sour cream. Was he picking the question was going to be what's my favorite potato chip flavor? If it is, I almost feel like I need to make him the winner out of already knowing one of the answers. Maybe I'll do two. Creek and Trail Chronicles is always in here. He's an automatic winner just for throwing that out there. That's not going to be the question. I'll write it down though. Oh, we didn't even get through all the stuff. What are we at? An hour? We'll go for an hour and a half. We'll talk about some more stuff, but I want to pick a couple winners. I know Baxter the Baitman's going to be going live too, so make sure you guys and gals go flood his channel. He's a good cat. Creek and Trail. Hit me up on Instagram, brother, with your address and stuff. I'll get you a package of baits and stuff sent out. We need to pick another winner. How are we going to pick another winner? And add a great bad set and add a couple spiders. Spiders in clamshells stuffed into Randizzle's kilt pocket. Wesley said tequila sunrise. People are already throwing out questions. Okay, we got to go. We got to go completely something random.
You need to throw a curveball in there.
How about one of your questions that people might know? No, not what your favorite lure is. Jig, green pumpkin, orange war eagle jigs. Alejandro says. Okay.
God, let's.
What was my favorite N64 game? So you guys and gals, some of you might know I was a gamer back in the day. I still game a little bit. Huge N64. We'd have N64 parties. What was my favorite N64 game?
I mean, as long as you're not Odd Job, it's okay.
Oh, Jonathan Thompson. GoldenEye.
Oh, Mario Kart.
Is everybody seeing Jonathan Thompson first? I want to make sure Did you see him first on yours?
Yeah, I did, but I would vote for Will with Mario Kart because that was better than GoldenEye. I mean, just because of the simple fact that Mario Kart's going to hold up versus GoldenEye.
Dude, I could play GoldenEye until my eyes were red from playing video games.
I would like for you to try to play GoldenEye right now and not want to.
I actually played it in a work tournament. I think I got third place in that tournament. 50. So we have like an employee appreciation week, and they do like different video games and stuff. I got in the GoldenEye tournament, and then if you win it, you actually got the N64. I got third.
Dude, I mean, did you have to use the boomerang controller? And who works here? Why are you here? What are you doing?
Controller ever. Okay, so Jonathan Thompson, are you still in here? I would assume he's in. Bassless Chap was close. It's actually a tie between. So Zelda was not on the Zelda N64. That would have been what, Ocarina or whatever. My favorite Super game was for sure Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past on Super Nintendo. My favorite game, but
Ocarina of Time, you could fish in Ocarina of Time. Yeah,
you could fish on that one, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get back to fishing stuff. I know there's a lot of people saying we didn't watch this for video game stuff. We'll have to do like a Debo at midnight where we just talk about a bunch of random stuff in here and I give away fun prizes and random stuff. So are you still in here? Jonathan Thompson, are you still in here? Do you have, he says he is. Hit me up on Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, let me know. And I can put my email in here, but if you have Instagram, just hit me up on IG. So, okay, let's jump back over. So the Zebco Bullet, how are they charging $130 for a Zebco Bullet?
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Is this magnesium too? Oh, it is.
I don't care.
Oh my gosh, we were just talking about lightweight magnesium. How much does this weigh? 10.9 ounces.
Doesn't matter.
That's
It's a baseball.
crazy. Dude, I can't believe they're charging $130 for that. I guess I can't knock it. I haven't used it,
Those things
but
are so ugly. God, why would you do that with your life?
No, that's interesting. Okay, let's go over some more lures. I know there were some more fun lures released.
Go to the frogs. You've said.
Okay, frogs. Sorry, frogs. Where's frogs? Frogs.
It's the one that says frogs.
I did see these. So Scum Frog, the Trophy Series Scum Frogs. I've showed those before. Oklahoma's Worst Angler. If you watch him, he caught his PB. I think that's still his PB. That dude's always catching big fish. But on the Toad color, the Trophy Series, that's what is it? The Scum Launch Frog or whatever, that new one. But I saw they came out with the Trophy Series with like the popping nose, but it's not like a normal popping nose. Like the whole front of it doesn't really show it, but like it's just a whole big huge cup. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I like the Scum stuff. I remember like way back in the day I had was it the Scum Frog matte rat or something like that? Was that, or wasn't, maybe that was Snag Proof?
Oh, it was the rat, the actual rat itself, right?
I remember, yeah,
I'll give it to you.
I think it was Snag Proof actually, which I think they're both under the same what is it, American Baitworks owns both Scum and Snag Proof. I'm not sure why they have like two different subsets, but I've had a bunch of people ask me about this one too, if I've got any. I don't have any of these, but I've had people tell me that I should pick one up. I don't know anything
they look
about
like
it.
Decent frogs. I mean, the legs are way too long.
That's right. You cut those. Some
yeah,
people like the long leg.
Oh,
I do want to pick some of these up. These did pique my interest. But anyway, I was going to say like the Snag Proof rat. That was the first one I ever used. It had like the rubber tail skirt thing, and if you left it in your tackle box too long, it got all stuck together and hard.
It was a Z-Man tail or something.
I don't know. That was the first one I ever used. I'm like, these things are stupid, and I never fished frogs for a long time after that. That one ruined me. But
I feel really bummed out by that Spro Bronzeye Blade frog.
Yeah, that's so. Again, we're talking about stealing people's ideas, right? Teckle did that. Teckle had, what is it, the honker that has the little. I think OSP or somebody has a frog like that.
So I guess my mindset is more along the lines of, I'm fishing a frog, it's gonna go over something, and that right there is never going to work. Those swivels are going to get clogged up, you know.
It's just like the Sprinker. Teckle Sprinker has the same thing, and I love that one. It's got the exact same swivel.
I feel like it's potato. I feel like it's different either way. Just saying.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I just jumped over to check. We have a donation coming in. Kern River Rod, $20 bomb says, Debo, why do you always cast under Randy's line? Because, okay, Kern River, whoops, I didn't even take that off. Kern River, the thing you don't see is the fact that I go and catch a fish, and then literally as soon as that happens, Randy comes over and hornswoggles me. So it's like my defense mechanism is I'm trying to take back the spot that I had before.
What actually happens is I, calmly try to get my stuff together, and Debo is, like Usain Bolt, getting down to the water before anybody else.
Look at my body type. Do I look like a super fast chap? No.
Who's faster? That's what I'm saying.
Well,
either way,
if there's a hungry line, I'm not getting
like
first.
You have your rods in hand, and you're like, I called the pipe. I'm going to the pipe.
Hey, I called the spot and got to it before you.
Debo always
Eric C. God bless y'all, D&D, Debo and Dizzle. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you very much, brother. We appreciate you. Randozel and I were just talking about Dungeons and Dragons. We've never played it. Looks interesting. I've heard people talk about it, but
listen to the podcast of people playing it.
That's what it was. Yeah, you were listening to a podcast of people playing D&D.
Yeah,
I don't know about you people.
That's weird. Yeah.
Okay, let's go back over. What do we have for frogs? Is there any other frogs? The snag fat frog. I want to get that one.
The Tackle HD.
Hold on.
I don't have my glasses on. I can't.
So Spro came out with the flapping frog too. So from what I can tell, this looks like hard plastic. So this isn't like a ribbit frog where it's soft plastic, like a worm or something where you can rip it off. From what I understand, these are like this is like all hollow body frog material right here. So if that's true, these could last a long time. It might be pretty cool.
I mean, he should stop skipping leg day.
Yeah, but that's fine. If your legs are all flappy, kicky, what's Burley call them? Kicky feet. Kicky feet
what do those run? I feel I would be very
$10.
cautious of those. I feel like those, something on that leg, either the entire foot will rip or it'll tear a little bit.
I don't know. I'm down to try one. I like Spro stuff. I'll definitely be grabbing one of those. Okay, so you said the Tackle HD. Those are interesting. Got like the little web feet. Is this just a soft plastic one?
I'm kind of torn about those. Yeah, I feel like those are just like the Rage whatevers. Yep. I feel like everybody wants to do what like a Rage has done, but whatever they do for the little back feet parts, they're not going to be Rage-ish.
I mean, this is pretty much just the exact same thing we were looking at. If you cut the webbed feet off, I mean, it's just the paddle thing right there is all that's going to be doing the kicking. That's
and those are a pack of, would you say a 4-pack?
8, I think. 8 of them for $4.29.
Versus 1 for way more than that?
Yeah, but this is a complete different material. This is soft plastic like a worm or whatever. Those other ones are like the actual frogs, like a frog body. Those legs are made of the same material the frog body's made out of.
I don't know. Do this. Go ahead and buy one, and then I'll take you somewhere where the pike are definitely biting, and we'll see how it lasts.
Okay, I'm down to try it.
Hey,
remember how I said I saw a whole bunch of soft plastic lures with like skirts stuck through them? Here's another one. I saw a whole bunch of these. Is it all the same place?
What is
Tight Lines UV? This is like a regular frog with skirt stuck through it.
That looks like a bro at the bar. Like, what are you doing, bro? You gonna come at me? With his arms all out?
with his traps all flared out here?
Right. What's up, bro?
Live target. I've heard of these. I don't think these are super new. I've never used those, but
those are like a ragey, kicky kind of.
It's like a double tail grub on the back.
Okay.
I think these rip. I think people were saying those rip. Maybe not, but
yeah, I can see those ripping because they have that little seam right there.
It's just got a new color. Let's see. I think that's it for then just new colors of the Spros.
Hey, do you just want to pull up those the one frog that I got today? Was it the Strike King? What are they? Super sassy.
Oh, the KVD sexy frog.
Yeah. While you're looking for that, I just want to say that I don't know what it is. I got the Kamikaze, I believe. Like
this one.
It just caught my attention the instant I walked past it. And the color
that reminds me of a shad on the bottom, actually. If you look at that, it looks like an iridescent shad color.
Right? This picture does no justice to what it actually looks like. Obviously, I didn't catch any frogs, and I should just have given it to Debo, and he could have caught fish on it. But it's like,
dude, I only caught one frogfish today. It was a damn grinder.
That color, the colors of it blend so nicely, and I don't know. They're probably something. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just think they look nice, and yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Neil says you and Randy Dizzle should fish against Berkeley and Paul. Randy and I were actually just talking about this. Paul and Berkeley are great guys. Randy's like, dude, he's like, what's really funny is you look like Berkeley, and he's like, you act like Berkeley. You're the nice one. He's like, I'm like Paul. He's like, I'm the jerk. I'm like, dude, you nailed it.
In different words, but yeah, definitely.
Kern River Rod said mend it. Yeah, Randy's still working on that Mend It sponsorship. Hopefully they'll hear his call.
I tell you what, my local bait shop down here, I went in there and he's like, hey, I got Mend It on order. Somebody actually came in and asked how I could fix a frog or something like that. And he's like, Mend It, it's on its way. Here we go.
Oh my gosh. Randy petitioned for Mend It in his local tackle shop and got it pushed through. Good job, Randall.
I gave a suggestion.
Well, hey, I mean, they wouldn't have got it before you. Jonathan Thompson said, have you seen those human-shaped lures? Yeah, there's like soft plastic human-shaped lures. I don't know. I saw, I think today, earlier on Instagram or something. I don't know. I will not be throwing human-shaped lures. Bass Ackwards nailed it. Baits are designed to attract people who fish, not the fish. You can put a hook on a cat collar and launch it, and it'll catch a fish. I don't know about that. If you get on a cat collar pattern and that's the deal for the day, you need to let me know, because I was throwing everything I had in the tackle box today and couldn't manage more than 3 fish. It was rough, but yeah, the sunburn. Okay, I think I'm kind of at the end of comments. Okay, so let's jump over. We'll go for an hour and a half, so we got 6 more minutes here. And then I will get out of here. We might do another kind of new lures thing. We'll have to switch it up next time. We've done a lot of tackle warehouse stuff in a row, but this is fun. It's fun jumping back and forth to stuff. I'll make sure I was showing.
Seriously, you need to get the turd. You need to get the poop stick.
I will not get that. Oh, okay.
Just
so there's a couple in here. So 13 Fishing came out with a craw. What does that kind of look like? Pretty similar, huh?
The dancing bone doctor creature. That looks like a rage.
Looks like a rage craw. I'm not mad at them. I'm not making fun of 13, or picking on them or anything. It's just, how many ways can you do a flappy? Like, I mean, it works. It works, and they've added, some different stuff to it, and it looks cool.
I'd be interesting to see how those the arms hold up. I feel like those look like they're
same thing for this. What does this look like? I mean, this is the pretty much direct copy of the, the Adrenaline Bug for X Zone, or the what was it before that? Zoom had the Zoom. What was that called? Z something. I don't remember what those were called, but the same thing with the two.
Click on that goat color. What is that?
Goat.
What do you?
Oh, I like that. That's like tramp stamp and Reaction Innovations.
That is.
I like that color a lot.
That's pretty.
They've got some cool stuff. I honestly haven't used any of the 13 soft plastics, but I mean, the stuff they've come out with looks cool. Oh, there's the Mander again with the old skirt in it. What were these things? I saw these earlier. The Kasumi Dancing Bone Doctor Creature Bait. Oh, this is what you were talking about, Randy.
Yeah. I was just reading whatever that is.
I don't even know what's going on with this. There's a whole lot going on.
It's like, hey, fish, do you want to eat bones? Here you go. Here's a bone.
It's like an old bony fish. I don't know. That's cool. That's something neat. That's something new. I've never seen anything that looks like that.
It's different. Who knows?
What is Lunker Hunt doing? Like, what is Lunker Hunt actually doing?
What is Lunker Hunt actually doing besides putting those stupid legs on? Were you kidding me with this?
Hollow body skitter lizard. So it looks like a frog hook with a trailer hook. That's an old skitter lizard. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the spider. I know Berkeley likes the spider. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll buy Berkeley one of these, and then I'll buy one of the new frogs, and we'll see who catches a fish first. Berkeley on the lizard. Or
oh my god! Look at those colors, are redunculous.
Tropic Thunder.
And what is that? That's like that's a bear trap at the end of the nature. What is that one? Nocturnal
is one of them.
It
looks like a bear trap. Yeah, it does.
It really does.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I haven't used it. Heck, I'm sure they're KVD pick it up and outfish me any day. But I did like these though. I was just picking on Lunker Hunt. I'm sorry, Lunker Hunt. I did see these earlier. I do like
those.
These
are like a good chunk, a chunk jig trailer. I think those would be pretty good.
Short. Okay, again, you can see it's just a modified like flange to make it kick, but I thought those looked kind of cool. There was one color I saw. Oh, the purple silver flake. I'm a sucker for purple. I kind of like those.
That looks nice. If you had like a jig that had a good keeper on it, I think those could be pretty good.
I wish that was like a black flake in it though, like purple with black.
If you didn't have that keeper, those are never going to work because there's not enough body to get in there.
I don't know how big that is though. What are these, 3.5 inches maybe?
3
inches. That's quite a bit. I mean, that's if you've got an inch body, that's going to fit over any sort of keeper.
That was my point. You gotta have a good keeper.
I think those would work. I like those. Sorry, Lunker Hunt. I just made fun of the lizard. I like the trailer. That's pretty cool. Ooh, what do we got going on in chat? God, we still have 200 people in here. You guys and gals are awesome. I watched you cut a hook out of a fish's mouth. How does that work? Roy Reagan says, I watched you cut a hook out of a fish's mouth. How does that work? So the biggest fish, I think that's the biggest fish I've caught this year. I was throwing a wacky rig. I threw it out. I got
you
it
snipped
caught
it. You snipped the
in
hook,
the tongue.
right?
Yep. And usually, like when you catch a fish in the tongue, like they'll bleed out. Luckily, this one was not bleeding or
Quick.
anything. She was a big head on it. Like it was
Big head,
totally
yeah.
like a 7 pound bass, and it was 5.5 or something.
It
Thing
was
was
like
huge.
2 videos, two to 3 videos ago.
I think it was actually my last video. I only did one video
it?
this week. I had some stuff going on.
Yeah.
Family stuff. But anyway, yeah, so I had the hook in there, and instead of trying to like get it out, I always carry a pair of side cutters on me, and I just clipped the barb off and took the hook out, and there was no blood, no anything. I always carry a pair of side cutters for that reason. Like a lot of musky guys do that.
Carry a
So,
side.
Carry a pair of side cutters.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, there's a lot of times where I totally 100% feel bad for it. It's like, I can just pop this hook out of here, and you pop the hook out, and then as soon as you do it, you're like, yep, no, God.
And honestly, yeah, it's not for like big hooks. I actually got it for treble hook baits, because if you have like if you get on a really good bite with treble hook baits, a lot of times they'll get them in the gills. And if you try to rip a treble hook bait out of the gills, you've killed that fish. But if it's just through the gills, a good clean like hook in the gill, if you just cut those barbs off, you can take it out and there's no blood. Like you don't hurt the fish or anything. So I get a good pair of side cutters. Somebody was asking me like what kind to use. I don't have a specific brand. I just get a good pair of sharp side cutters. And yeah. Are you laughing at Mr. Randall Pink Floyd? Put a kilt on a frog and call it Dizog. Good Lord. We digress. What a good guy. Okay, so Missile Baits had another one that I saw that I liked. So again, we're talking about the flange, right? So kind of that same looking flange again, but these actually sparked my interest because they were showing it on a chatterbait too.
Those have more of like a
pretty cool.
I feel like that's more of a chatterbait than like a jig trailer.
That color right there is money too. If you ever want to get anything in Missile Baits, Bruiser or Bruiser Flash is money. That's what I caught. Well, I think the second biggest bass this year on was a D-bomb and Bruiser.
I would like that a little bit darker in that Bruiser. I feel like the light blue is a little bit too light, but yeah, totally.
Superbug is my other favorite. Remember that color we were just talking about, Randy?
Oh yeah,
that's Missile Baits version of Tramp Stamp Superbug. That's my other favorite color. So I like that. I'll probably be getting some of those. Nori's Flip Gill Creature Bait. So this reminded me of the what is it? The G-Crack something gill. You've got some of these, Randy. You just showed them to me the other night.
Oh yeah, the popcorn and shrimp flavored.
So like you look at this, I don't know who Nori's is. I've actually never heard of them. Are they like a Japanese company or?
Yeah, I mean they gotta be, and you're gonna have some of those pretty soon too, because I cannot stand
I like the
whatever
smell
the
of those.
scent
So
is.
if you look at this, and then let's go over real quick and look at G-Crack. So you guys will see like, there's so many companies that like somebody comes out with it. G-Crack. The only thing I don't like about them is the durability is not that great. So there it is, the Spyron. Like those are very similar. I love the smell. I love the smell of the G-Crack stuff. It's just it's like the Yamamoto stuff. Like I feel like it has great action. It catches fish, but like
Debo.
I ripped almost that whole pack that Mr. Bass got me of these. Hey, this is what I was throwing today. What? Am I not sharing?
Who hurt you to like that smell?
I like that smell. I love seafood. It smells like seafood to me.
That's not seafood.
I'm sorry. You have a very what would be the word?
Smelly smeller.
A very sensitive nose, Randy.
It's a smelly smeller.
Anyway, I'm gonna have to order some more of these. I was throwing these. They are cool. The tail actually has a lot of action in it. This is the color I was throwing.
Does the body ripple?
It holds water. Like when you take it out of the water, there's water in all these. So it's like it's got to be giving off vibration. I need to test them more. I almost wonder about putting one of these on a naked chatterbait. So taking the skirt off a chatterbait and just putting this on.
I tell you what, that's the way to
cool.
go. Like if you get a chatterbait that either the rubber band breaks or anything like that, don't get too upset. Throw some sort of trailer on there. I've had amazing luck on a naked chatterbait, just throwing a random either like swim bait or I don't know, something with like some flappy claws on it.
What was that? Flappy
Flappy
claw?
claws.
Yeah, see, this is the part that I don't like. $9.49 for, I think there's like 5 in there.
Yeah, come on, Bucky.
6. Yes, I was throwing the bigger 6.
Let's do better.
That's the tough part. Like, I've talked about to I don't know how many people about that type stuff. Like, what do you do? What do you do if you have such good luck on a Yamamoto Senko? Like, there's no
You have to give up fishing, right? If the Yamamoto is your go-to and you're not like a millionaire, you pretty much have to just stop fishing.
Well, see that like that's where I'm like if it catches fish for you and you have a ton of confidence in it, can you justify spending that? Like if let's say I hit jackpot on these and I catch a really big fish, do you keep buying this or do you look for an alternative? Like there's nothing really out there like this. You can find alternatives for Senkos, stick baits.
Right.
You know, I'm always kind of torn on that.
The Yamamoto is a very specific Senko, and I don't know. That's always been extremely frustrating for me when I do get a good session on a specific bait, specifically if it's something like a Yamamoto that has no resilience whatsoever. Like you can pull it through some grass and you lose half of the lure.
Yeah,
super frustrating.
But if it's a fish catcher, like I don't know. I always kind of go back and forth on that stuff. Usually for the price, I can't justify. If I can find something that's really close and works even like just almost as well, like I'm going to go for that. But I don't know. Let's see. So Tyler Varnell did talk about thoughts on the St. Croix Bass X. We actually did talk about those, Tyler. Hopefully Randall's going to get one. If he doesn't, maybe I'll get him one for Christmas. I think he needs to get one. The new Z-Man chatterbaits.
Like to try one.
I did see those. That was something I wanted to get to. Where are we at here? We've kind of been all over the place tonight. Thank you all for sticking with me and joining us. This has been fun. Like I said, you guys get me away from the rural. Oh, here's one that I wanted to talk about too. Sorry, Tyler. We're going to deviate real quick. So the Berkeley Deal trailer, chatterbait trailer, I feel like that thing is underutilized and people don't really talk about it. But it looks like these have the same like feet as the Deal. But what does this lure look like?
That's a menace.
It's a Rage Menace, right? I mean,
yeah.
So Berkeley going after the Strike King stuff. Like they do it back and forth. I almost wonder if they're all in it together and like if they get a good idea, they're like, hey guys, this has been working really well for us.
Those flappy legs are not quite as long as what's on a Menace, but I feel like they traded distance on the legs for distance on the body versus a Menace.
Yeah, they're definitely like the legs are definitely different. I mean, definitely different than a Rage Menace because theirs is like one piece and it's like just barely split in the middle. Whereas this is definitely two different legs, but you know, same premise. Same thing for it's got the same legs on these, which I actually liked because this reminds me of the old days throwing like a cut tail worm. Like if you take, I can't do it on here. I was going to cover half of my screen. If you imagine taking like one of these legs off, that's like a cut tail worm. And like if you hear like the older guys talk about swimming a worm, like that used to be a big thing back in the day. Like my dad would swim a worm. You know, a lot of the old pros would talk about swimming a worm, but it was like just a cut tail worm like this, and you would swim it just like you would a swim jig. It was like, you know, a finesse version of that. So I saw these and I'm like, dude, that actually looks pretty cool. I want to get some of these and bring back some of the old stuff, but like a double cut tail worm type thing. But again, it's got like the same feet as the Berkeley Deal. I don't hear a bunch of people talk about that. I really like that trailer. Okay, so let's go back real quick. Chatterbait was another one of the big ones. Let's look at this thing. This is like a reverse underspin. This is like an overspin. First gen Flash X swim jig. It's like an overspin. So that's kind of cool though. It's like a finesse spinnerbait / overspin. Okay, so let's look at bladed jigs real quick. Okay. So Z-Man came out with the big blade. I think they said this blade is 70% bigger than the normal chatterbait blade. So you've got like a big blade. I can see the pike tearing this thing up. or
Oh,
if
it's
it's
like
really dirty.
a 6/0 mustad hook on it.
Yeah, it's a big dog.
Big hook. Dang.
Large bait, yeah, extremely dirty or stained water. So when those fish are keen on bigger bait, I suppose if you're looking for like a kicker fish, you know, throwing a little bit bigger one too, maybe. But I think the big thing is bigger profile, bigger thumping blade, you know, in that really muddy, dirty water when you need a lot of commotion.
Real quick, do you think the blade color is important?
Yeah, like I haven't done a ton of testing with the Z-Man or with the blade color because Z-Man is kind of like standard, but I feel like they mix them pretty well. So like if I'm throwing a bluegill spinnerbait, I'm throwing gold blades to mimic like the gold on a bluegill. So I think
Well,
they
I mean,
nailed that.
scroll through those colors. There's a lot of different blade colors. There's like a goldy orange, a black, the green pumpkin. There's quite a few different colors in there.
Yeah, like the black nickel, I think is kind of the standard, like in dirty water because it's making that black silhouette.
Right.
Like the shad stuff is going to be a silver, you know, and the more cleaner, clear water, you're going to have like silver blade, like you would you know, like a willow spinnerbait, you know, in cleaner water. So I think they mix them pretty well. I don't, you know, on some of the like the real white stuff, like you could have like a painted blade on a spinnerbait, like a painted white. I don't know if they really do that. Actually, now thinking off head, but I don't know. It's on there, so I guess you kind of got to throw what it is. You can't really change it like a spinnerbait, but
Because they really do. They've done quite a bit. The Freedom, I don't much care for the Freedom, just FYI as a side note.
this was
And
the other one. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Which one? I was just going to say that one in the Diesel chatterbait. That's like
Diesel?
basically, is that how you say it?
Yep.
I'm going to say it the way I did.
Grandpa.
Yeah, sorry. Perfect naked chatterbait for you.
Yeah, I think it comes with like a diesel minnow or something with it too.
Yeah, it does.
So this
yeah.
does it. The Z-Man Chatterbait Mini. So the Mini is the opposite of the other one. It's a 2/0, and I don't remember. I didn't see a video on this one of talking about like the size. So the Mini features a blade almost half the size of the original, built with Z-Man patented. So the head that connects directly to the thing, the patented Z-Man deal.
Does it have a scroll down? What's the weight on that?
It's got a 2/0 hook, 4 3/8 or half.
Eesh.
Oh, talk about painted blade. Look at that. They have like a teal on that bluegill. That's cool.
Yeah.
Chartreuse white's like a gold, black.
I like that one. What is that? The bluegill?
Yeah, that bluegill one looks good.
And then they even have a micro.
Yeah, I've got a couple of those. I haven't had luck on them, but I feel like they're not as
I feel like you get too small.
Issues like getting it I think it was like a crappie, you know, deal made for like crappie stuff.
Sure, are you just not getting the chatter to chatter?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like for me, it was hard. And
Yeah.
I didn't play with trailers and stuff. I just had it one day. I'm like, this would be a cool video. I didn't catch anything, and I was like having trouble with it. I'm like, okay, scratch that. I'll go fish a frog.
Oh my god! Speaking of, hey guys, if you have a buddy that loves frog fishing, don't let him choose the body of water to fish.
Yeah, well, what do you do? Okay, let's see. I'm going to go through and look for questions real quick. Okay, if you guys have questions, leave a question if there's something you're dying to know. I'm going to answer 2 questions, and then we're out of here. We're past our hour and a half. We've still got 200 people, though. Damn, you guys are awesome. Oh, yeah, good tip. Mag 023. We use Sharpies to color the blades. Yep, if you have a blade that's like silver, you could use a like a Spike-It marker or a Sharpie. Color those babies.
Just don't let Debo touch anything, Spike-It, that belongs to you. Just saying.
Okay, ice cream. What about the spinning rods and the Express? Oh, we didn't even get in.
Oh no, you know what? He totally clicked out of it again. Man, do you guys see what I gotta put up with? He does.
Sorry.
Oh, hey, what? Hi, buddy. What's?
I hit back on the thing, and then it like messes everything up. I don't know what's doing that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't.
Okay,
don't do
so the Dizzle show round 2. Let's see. Couple questions. Oh, somebody was asking about. I don't remember who it was. The stupid sharing screen thing. I don't know if you hit like back, it like kicks me out of everything.
Yeah, just don't hit back anymore though.
Yeah, don't hit back. Good deal. So spinning, I think we talked about spinning reels, right? Just not rods. I would assume it's the same rods we talked about for casting. They've just got the same stuff in the spinning versions. Dude, I'm kind of stuck on these Veritas PLXTE. That all black is like, I really like the look of those.
The only thing that kind of worries me is the actual molding of the handle right there. It's traditionally you get that softer, or not soft, but like that foam where you can just kind of make it your own.
Dude, so see, I like this. I like the really bare bones, like minimal right here where my hand goes.
Same. Okay,
I don't know about that.
That
that
the
hook
finger
keeper,
grips
though.
on the butt though.
Like when you're casting, like when you grab it and.
Okay, let's just move forward on that topic.
Okay. Well.
The what's the trigger? Isn't that deep on that thing? It's really kind of shallow.
Because I have like one of my Lews has like a built up, like for example here on the cork, it's like built up a little bit higher, and it's just a little bit too much there for me. Like I like it when it's really low profile, like there's not much here. This rod looks sweet too, and I just noticed, good lord, $550 for that rod. That looks cool.
What I've really come to be aware of is the actual very bottom bit of the rod. With those floaties, floaties, whatever those things were called. I had the smaller of the two on a rod today as I was fishing, and as silly as it sounds, as I was working, the frog kind of jerk, it was hitting my arm, like the inside of my right arm, because I'm left-handed retrieve, and that's something a lot of guys don't think about when they're looking for a new reel. I know I've had issues in the past where it's got that little metal butt plate on there, and that thing gets kind of scuffed up, and that I've actually gotten cut by it before. It's weird the things you think about once you run into an issue.
I think I missed a donation. Did it, Chris? I think I must have missed a Chris Russ. Somebody said Chris Russ donated with the jig question. Chris, what was your question? I'm sorry I missed your donation, brother. I don't know. It was hot. Like it felt super duper hot here in Iowa. We're supposed to have like some crazy heat warning thing coming through, like heat index up over 100 and stuff.
Yeah,
it was hot.
Philip said it perfectly. Yeah, it's gonna get not good.
So are you still in here, Chris? If you are, lend your question. Okay, let's see. There was one other question I saw, not screen sharing. Proficiency. So I've had a couple people ask me about the proficiency rods. I don't know anything about them. David Dudley is a pro. I think it's his company, or he markets them. I think they have these at Walmart actually. I don't know if this like $100 version, if he has a different version. I don't know much on them. They're colorful, but
Berkeley jigs, DEBO.
I don't know.
That's what the question was.
Oh, Chris is in here. Just wanted to hear your first impressions of the new Berkeley jigs. Okay, we'll look at those quick, then we'll get out of here. Berkeley did come out with a bunch of jigs, and I heard a bunch of people saying they were copies of other people's stuff. I honestly haven't looked at them.
Pass.
Okay, so Berkeley Powerbait finesse jigs. So it's not a ball head, so we know Randizzle doesn't like it.
No, I mean,
I like that black and blue. I mean, it's basically an Arky style jig head. I mean, that's
the colors are
normal.
good. I just
the
way it
looks
sits,
like a
the way it sits. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I mean, that looks like a pretty standard jig. They call it a downsized Arky, so I mean that's pretty. I like that one. I don't think there's anything new and crazy there.
Do you have a black, brown, amber color? I
don't know.
do really like that color.
That's their new swim jig, their new finesse swim jig. So I'm guessing a little bit lighter wire hook, less of a weed guard.
I was just going through all their jigs. Black, brown, amber.
Black and purple. Those look cool. I mean, nothing crazy there. And they've got their head design. That's the same Berkeley underspin head design that you like, Randy.
Yeah,
I like the Berkeley underspins.
I do like that. Leave me alone, Debo.
Berkeley power bait flipping. So again, looks like an Arky head style to me. I don't know how I can.
Black,
can't turn
brown,
it
amber.
sideways.
That's all. Yeah, I want to see like the front profile of it.
I mean,
Like there it
looks
is,
like
black, brown, amber.
Arky head. Yeah. So again, your Arky head style. Those have been around forever. I mean, I like it. I don't see anything new and crazy.
I feel like
Yes,
I'm just
with that
gonna probably
football jig.
stick with what I've known because I've known
That's
that
interesting.
to work. You know.
So this is a little different. Maybe there's companies that make them like this. So your normal football jigs look like a football, right? You know, they're kind of rounded.
Yeah. What?
So this
it's
one,
like a lima bean.
yeah, kind of goes in that bean with like a little bit of a recessed line tie. Those are pretty cool. So on the, like your football jigs and stuff, any sort of jig you're dragging, a lot of times they'll recess that so you don't have that knot rubbing on the ground as you're dragging it, you know, as opposed to like a flipping jig where you're, you know, flipping at target and reeling it in. I like that. I mean, that's pretty cool. I don't fish football jigs much. I don't get out, you know, fish points and offshore stuff and drag a jig. I wish I could more. I just don't know places and don't have electronics to do it. I guess I do on my John boat now, but
I just gotta say, Mr. Pink Floyd is probably a solid number one with Wes coming up right behind him with some of his comments.
Heavy cover jig. Yeah, so that's, I mean, that arrowhead shape, there's companies that do that. I really like that color though, Bama Bug. That's pretty scrumptious.
Do you think that's like is that a solid connection there, or does that hook kind of float in that head?
No, that should be a solid hook.
It's solid. Okay.
Hook. Yeah.
Still, I don't like it.
That's cool. Skipping. So again, looks like kind of a modified Arky head for skipping, which I'm not sold on like the special skipping jigs. To me, like an Arky head jig is going to skip just as much as like I don't know. That's just me though.
I mean,
yeah, I don't see anything too crazy. They look good though. I mean, Berkeley always has good colors and stuff.
Yeah, the colors are pretty on point with some of these. The head shapes, head styles, come on. I know how to, I've used the jig a time or two, and head styles traditionally work with the basic stuff. There's no need to really try to reinvent the wheel there.
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard with a jig to like come out with something completely different, you know, unless you completely redo. Oh yeah. So I did see that. I'm sorry. Roland did bring up a good point. Their jigs are infused with, they're infused with power bait though. Am I sharing still? Yeah. So like the jig skirts are infused with power bait. That's pretty cool. Like, I don't know how big of a difference that's going to make, you know, as far as, you know, what if your soft plastic has stuff on it? I don't know. I thought that was cool that they did impregnate the skirt with the actual power bait scent though.
Real quick, Matthew, Mojo Bass over the Fury rod. Just saying.
Really? Mojo over Dobbins Fury?
Yeah. 100%.
I haven't used the Mojo, so I couldn't say. I can say that the Fury is super solid, and I like that rod. All right, we're already at almost 2 hours. We're going to get out of here, fishing friends. Anything to add, Randall?
Nothing besides thanks, guys. You guys are truly awesome. It's always fun. Like, honestly, I look forward to Saturday nights, and it's a joy coming in here and talking to you guys.
Saturday night with Debo and Dizzle. We love it. All right. Fishing friends, thank you all so much. We appreciate it. We'll do some more of these. We'll probably have to switch it up next time, but we'll do some more of these for sure. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time.